got it. I have a little notes app on my phone. Wait. Everyone does, you're not special. I meant I've got a little list on my notes app called YouTube video ideas, and whenever I'm stuck and I'm like, oh, I'm not really sure what I want to film, I just refer back to the list. I do want to break the stigma of talking about things that shouldn't be so hard to talk about. This being periods, women's health in general, sex health. I do think we need to speak about it more. I think the more we speak about it, the less people will find it embarrassing or weird or taboo or whatever. So I'm going to take one for the team today and I'm just going to talk about it. I'm going to be vocal about taboo topics. So let's get into it. First thing we'll talk about is vaginas. Okay, we love vaginas, whatever you want to call them. Vagina, yoni. I love that word, yoni. I got that from Too Hot to Handle, and they went on this really cute, like, spiritual vagina treat works too, and they just all stood in like boxes with like doors around them so no one else could see them. They basically got them to look at their vagina with a little mirror and be like, just take it in, take it all in, ladies, appreciate what's there. Loved that. If you've not watched Too Hot to Handle, I mean, I wouldn't recommend watching it, but that episode I would, okay? I'm going off track very easily. You need to chill out. So first thing we'll talk about is shaving down there. People are still searching for the answers to this, okay? How to shave correctly, when do you shave, should I shave at all, other people wanting you to shave, or feeling pressure to shave, or whatever it is, right? Let's talk about it. I don't have a secret hack for you. To be honest, I don't really shave anymore. I'll trim, give it a little trim, but shaving on the rare occasion, yeah, I will. It's not a regular thing for me. These are my tips on shaving, right? If you've never shaved before, or if you do shave and you've shaved for years and you're still having troubles with it, listen, ladies. If you're not too bothered, right, and you don't want like no hair on there, you don't want it to be silky smooth, you just want to tame it, right? Always shave down, never up, never up. Even across, like if you shave across, that's still probably gonna leave a few bumps and bruises, okay? So just to stay safe, shave down, always, okay? If you do want it silky smooth, go somewhere else because I've not got any tips for you. I do have tips, come on, I need to about myself. Aloe vera, if you have an aloe vera plant in your bathroom, use it. You just need a tiny bit, put on some aloe vera after you've shaved. It's very good at healing. Pseudocream's amazing for any kind of like wound healing situation. Pseudocream. Don't put on any tight underwear after you've shaved. No, like don't even put any comfy underwear on. You need to let her breathe. Put on some really baggy pajama pants. That's actually another point. Let's move into caring for her in general. When it comes to wearing underwear, I know we love it. We love putting a thong on, putting on a nice outfit and just feeling it, yeah? But she needs to breathe. She really does. I used to sleep in underwear. Like I used to wear like knickers or like tight shorts. Stop it now. Don't do that. You need to look after her, okay? Stop suffocating her. Stop it. If you want to go out and have a nice time, wear a thong and feel sexy, do it. But don't do it every single day because she's not going to be happy. So yeah, so far my top tips are just don't shave at all. Just don't embrace it and and don't wear underwear at all. No, everything in moderation, I'd say. But honestly, if you've not tried them yet, boxers, I mean mainly I've been wearing male boxers, but they have designed female boxers. I got like one pair years ago and I don't know, I just haven't invested, but I need to. Really comfortable. I'm all about comfort these days, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? I'm just all about the comfort. Again, very big misconceptions with this one, that the more you clean her or the more products you use, the cleaner she is. No. Okay, the vagina is a self-cleaning machine, okay? She literally cleans herself. This doesn't mean stop showering. Please don't do that. The only soap you should be putting down there is like mild, chemical-free soap. If you look on the back of your body wash or whatever you use down there, even like shaving cream, you need to be looking at what's on it, like what's in there. If the ingredients list is a big paragraph, in the bin. None of that stuff is good for her, none of it. Even if you're just putting it on the outside, you're being very careful, you're not getting it in there, it's still not great. This is how you get infections and you get swelling and you get an itchy, sore vagina, okay? I've heard girls like to spray perfume down there to smell good. Stop it. Please stop it. She's fine, okay? Your vagina is not going to smell if you don't put 20 products on her. Just shower, just clean yourself and let her do her thing. Do you know what I mean? If you want her to be fresh and like smelling good and feeling good, eating well, drinking lots of water, that's it. Because that's where the health of your body comes from, what you're putting into it and how you're taking care of it. It's not external things. You need to be focusing more on what you're eating and your overall health, and she'll be fine. She'll be fine and dandy. Okay, now let's move into some sex health tips for her. First one, which I think might be obvious to a lot of people, but always, always, always pee after sex. You need to be running over to the toilet and letting it out, because any bacteria, anything, literally anything, will be kind of around or even inside your pee tube basically, which can cause UTIs very quickly. In a matter of days you can be in pain, do you know what I mean? So just get into a habit of doing that if you're not doing it already. And even if you haven't been doing this and you've not seen any problems so far, just do it anyway, because it might catch up to you and it's not a good thing. You just have to be looking out for it at all times. And I know sometimes all you want to do is lie back and chill out and fall asleep and you just don't want to move. It's difficult to get up. Just do it for your health. Okay, another one that I thought I'd talk about, because I have experienced this myself, is getting swollen. So if you ever experience like swelling down there after you've had sex, that is usually because if you're using a condom, you're probably allergic to the ones that you're using, or you might have just had really, really intense sex. It's probably the last one if it's only happened once or twice. But if it happens quite regularly and you're noticing that you're getting quite swollen and your vagina's on the floor, again, look in the condom packet. If it's got a big list of ingredients, throw it out. I think I might be allergic to latex, so we've not gone back there since then. But just really check in, just be like, okay, how's she feeling? Okay, not great. Why? Look into it. It's probably the condoms that you're using. Also, sorry, my sister's texting me. Just a general kind of sex statement that I'm gonna make is that if she doesn't feel up to it, like some days you kind of feel like, oh, she's tired, she's just not feeling it, or mentally, like it doesn't matter, like physically, emotionally, spiritually, you're just not feeling it. Don't just do it for the sake of it. I feel like we've all done this at one point. We've just gone along with it, or even instigated it and then realised that we're actually not into it. This could be so many things as well. You know, you might not be feeling good about yourself, so you're like using that as a way to feel better, you know, getting some validation, whatever it is. Maybe you're just a bit confused about what you want in that moment, whatever it is. Just take your time, just check in with yourself and think, okay, do I actually want to do this right now? Like, do I feel up for it? And if you are asking those questions as well, like, you're not up for it, you're just not. Because if you're really into it, you're into it, and you're not even going to be thinking like, oh, do I want to do this? Do you know what I mean? So just listen to your body. Let's listen to our bodies, you know? Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about, moving away from sex now, let's talk about periods and period care. So just a quick backstory. I used to use tampons and pads, and I think I stopped using them about a year ago. Maybe, no, I think it's verging up to 2 years. I don't know. Over a year. I've been using a moon cup now. I'll put one on the screen so you can see what it looks like. I am going to test out another one. I think it's called the Ziggy cup, because this one has caused only one problem for me, which is I feel like it pushes on my bladder a little bit and I don't really know what's going on there. So it's kind of like sometimes when I need to wee, like it won't come out and I have to like push it to come out, which obviously isn't great. Other than that, there's not a bad word I can say about the moon cup. I don't know all the scientific evidence. I've done some research, not loads, on period products and single-use period products, but I know that pads and tampons have some kind of link to endometriosis, to infections. Again, chemicals near that area is never a good thing. So for me, I'm never going back. I know that some people don't want to use a cup, or they don't know how, or it just doesn't work for them. Absolutely fine. I'm not going to shame anyone for using single-use menstrual products, but it is good to talk about this and make people aware that, you know, it's so much better for the environment, for one, to have this cup that you can just use for, like, I think it's up to 12 years, so every 12 years you need to get a new one. How insane, like the amount of money that you'll save doing this, and also the health benefits as well. Like, you're not putting those chemicals inside, you know, with tampons or with pads, you know, around that area. And yeah, I just think overall my period experience has been so much better when using a cup. It's just so handy. The only thing is, if you lose it, it's quite annoying, but hopefully you won't lose it. I'm going to link down below the one that I'm using, because I lost mine and then I got a new one, and this new one actually I prefer. It's the original Moon cup and I'm obsessed. I love it. But yeah, that's just all I have to say about that. Feeling sexy in the bedroom, right? Body confidence. Let's talk about it. When it comes down to confidence in the bedroom and just feeling yourself, a lot about feeling confident in any category of life, in any environment, is your self-worth and how you actually just feel generally about yourself and who you are. So I think definitely if you're not feeling very confident in the bedroom, obviously it can be physically, it can be an emotional thing. Like, everyone has such individual experiences. Sorry, that's really annoying me, there's a little thing there. But what I would say is, like, think about how you can boost your confidence in general life, not even just, you know, in that kind of environment. Why aren't you feeling confident? First of all, is it physical? Is it a part of your body that you feel quite self-conscious about? Also, remember that it's meant to be fun. Like, sex is meant to be a fun thing. Like, there's a lot of pressure around sex. There's a lot of pressure around performance, the way that you look. I just think generally you have to honor yourself, your wants and needs. Don't be afraid to be vocal and say, okay, this isn't working for me, because a lot of the time people aren't having a good time because they're not voicing what they want, or if something doesn't feel good or if something isn't working for them, they won't say it, when they'll expect their partner just to know. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work out. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to end up having a good time if you're pretending. There's nothing sexier than communicating what you want and what you like and what you don't like. You know, have a little debrief at the end of it. And if you can't be open with whoever you're having sex with about what you like and what works and what didn't, then maybe reassess whether you should be having sex with this person. Because if you don't have trust, if you don't feel safe with someone to bring those things up, like, if you can't talk about sex, don't have sex with that person. Like, if you can't talk about it with them, then how are you actually doing it with them if you can't even speak about it? Do you know what I mean? Think about your intentions behind this as well. You know, again, got nothing wrong with a one night stand. If you want to do that, get to it, girl. Do you know what I mean? But just think about it. You know, if you're not enjoying yourself and you're having all these one night stands and you're just like, I'm not feeling it, reassess. Like, do you even want to be doing that? What do you want? It's all about what you want, okay? But it's not all about just what you want. It's what they want as well. Like I said, communicate, hear them out. It's hard because some people can take it really personally as well. You don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable. You don't want to make them feel like they're doing something wrong or that you didn't enjoy yourself. But at the end of the day, like, nothing's going to change if you don't voice it. If you want to keep seeing this person on that level, you're gonna have to speak up, or else you're just not gonna end up having a good time in general. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it takes time. Like, be patient with yourself. Like, you're not gonna go from feeling insecure and never saying what you want to, like, owning it and being like, yes, I am a sex goddess. Be patient with yourself. But I do think it's really important to make sure that you're not letting people in that don't value what you want, and you don't feel safe enough to bring up what your wants and needs are on that level. I do think it's important that we don't, for me anyway, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think it's important for me to not engage in anything like that with someone who just doesn't care about what I want and what I need. Okay, last but not least, right, because this is dragging on now, isn't it? Pregnancy scares, okay? It happens, doesn't it? I mean, this is a whole other topic because we could talk about birth control. All I'm going to say is, you know that you don't want to bring a human into this earth right now. If you're not in a position to do that, emotionally, financially, anyly, please just try your best not to do it. I know in the moment we can get carried away and we can think, okay, like, what are the chances? What are the chances? Let's just risk it all. don't do that. It is a selfish choice at the end of the day. And if you were to get pregnant and have a baby when you weren't prepared, you know, think about the baby and how they wouldn't be given the life that you want it to have. And also just the consequences it'll have on you and your partner. But more so you as the woman, you know, you're gonna have to carry around that baby for 9 months and raise this child. Like, it's a big deal, do you know what I mean? So be careful is what I'm saying. I will touch on birth control a little bit, but it is a very big topic and something we could go into in much detail. But yeah, with birth control, don't feel pressure to go on it just because you don't want to have a baby. I don't want a baby. I'm not on birth control. I just use condoms, do you know what I mean? That's just the choice I personally make for my health and my body. Hormones don't sit right with me. I don't want to be putting fake hormones into my body, messing up my natural hormonal situation. So that's not for me. I'm not really interested in it. It doesn't look good on the health front for me personally, with blood clots, and taking birth control over a long period of time is, you know, not recommended. And just from personal experience, you know, I went on birth control for a very short amount of time. It's probably like 2 weeks, to be honest, and it ruined my life. I was having an awful time for 2 weeks. I was already having a bit of a rough time, to be fair, so it kind of just made it a lot worse. And I know that's the case for a lot of women. So for me, birth control's off the table, do you know what I mean? But we still have to be responsible, ladies, so always use condoms, always use protection. Also, I do eventually want to make a video on this, natural birth control, but this is something I've just started doing recently in the past few months. It's charting and just tapping into my body, writing down all my symptoms, what's coming out of me, stuff like that, different stages of my cycle, because eventually once I've done this for about 4 months, I'm gonna say, to be safe, then I'll know when I'm ovulating and it'll be a lot clearer when I'm most fertile, when I'm not. And also it's just really exciting to know what's going on with your body. And like, I don't know if you know this, but I didn't before, but you know, all the different discharge that you get throughout the month means different things, and from what is coming out of you, your body is telling you fertile. So anyways, that's the video for today. I've really enjoyed it, and I actually felt surprisingly quite comfortable filming this video, and I'm sure we'll talk more about these topics in the near future. If you've got any more questions for me on these topics, on these taboo topics, then let me know down in the comments, because we need to talk about it. We need to be more open about it. I love you very much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!